And to talk more about her incredible journey, we have on the show Filipino-American singer and America's Got Talent champion, Jessica Sanchez. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Matters.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
First of all, congratulations. It is an honor speaking with you. Where are you right now? And what was the first thing that you did when you won?
Well, right now I'm home in Texas, and the first thing I did once they announced my name, I mean, obviously, I was just like sobbing. I could not stop crying. I was so overwhelmed with joy. This has been a long time coming for me. So it was such an amazing moment.
But after the competition, what was the first thing you did?
Oh, well, I am 9 months pregnant, so I ate a good meal and then I knocked out.
Well, did you have to go on a diet because of the performances?
Not really a diet. I just was watching what I'm eating, like, sugar and fried food. I'm going more of the natural route for my birth plan. So, I'm trying to maintain a good weight for, labor.
Yeah, but didn't that affect you, all of the hormones and the emotional roller coaster? How did that play into your season and your journey here?
Oh, yeah, I tell people all the time, this is probably the hardest thing I've ever had to do vocally, emotionally, physically, because my body was just constantly changing. The hormones affected my voice and affected my mood. So I was a lot more sensitive. I was all over the place, but the Lord's strength kept me going. So praise God.
It isn't easy to do what you did, joining back when you were 10 years old and then coming back 20 years later to compete again. What attracted your spirit back to the AGT stage, and when did it come to your mind that you just had to be back?
Yeah, I took a step back from music for a long time. I took a break and to really find myself as an artist, but most importantly as a woman. And it just so happened that, this year I felt peace about coming back and trying it again. And then a couple days later, once I was like, okay, I want to do this again, I find out that I'm pregnant. So I was like, okay, well, we're just going to full send it. We're just going to try and see what the Lord has for me. And then Sophia gave me the golden buzzer, and now here I am as a winner of season 20, and it's just so beautiful and so special to me.
And had you always wanted to come back? I mean, was it unfinished business for you?
I think for me, after taking the break for so long, I was always doubting myself. But for years, before I was like, I do want to come back. I just don't think I'm ready yet. But this year, I was like, I feel peace about it. I want to try it, give it one more shot, and see what the Lord does for me. And I mean, He really showed up and showed out.
I guess I'm asking that because not many will risk losing a competition after topping the Billboard charts, right? And you had done that with Me, You, and the Music, peaking at number 26 on US Billboard 200. What made you, take on this kind of risk and put yourself under pressure?
Yeah, like I said, I took a break for a long time because, back when I released that album, I was still so young. I was only 16 years old, 17 years old. And I feel like I wasn't really 100% confident of why I was doing music. Like, my purpose wasn't fully there. I feel like I was chasing the dream, but the purpose wasn't truly there. And now, as a grown woman and as a, soon to be mother, I feel like my purpose is a lot deeper than just my dream and accomplishing what I want. I want to impact other people and inspire others. So that's why I go up on stage and perform now. And it means so much more to be able to have that mindset and to be able to have won this year.
At what point in that break did you think that, I need to be back there?
Yeah, I think once I figured out, I had to center myself. I had to be in a very low place and kind of just be away from music for a while and separate Jessica and music because music was my identity. And now music is a big part of my life, but it's not who I am, which is beautiful for me. So I can separate it. It's something I love to do. It's something I choose to do. Something I'm blessed to do. So once I figured that out and I felt confident and firm in that foundation, I, decided to move forward. And of course, my faith was a huge part of that.
Describe to us the in between. I mean, when you were 10 and now you're 30, the 20 year, and the period that you had a break, how was that journey for you?
Oh yeah, there was a lot of ups and a lot of downs, like you said, I was on Idol, which was a huge, up for me. But, after that, like I said, I took a break for a while because I got kind of lost in the sauce of, why am I doing this? And am I just chasing, fame and fortune and stuff like that, all of the stuff, the spotlight. And so it was truly the hardest moments in my life that built my character today and made me the woman I am today. And I'm so grateful for that. And I hope that my story can inspire others to prove to them that no matter what you go through, those low moments are beautiful moments and always a big part of the journey. So you can see my story and how far I've come. And I'm so blessed that the outcome was what it was.
Well, it is definitely a story of courage. Taking a break, not many will have the gall or the strength to do that, but you did. Was there anyone guiding you through this?
Well, I always go back to my faith. My faith is my foundation. I wouldn't have been able to do this without my faith, but of course, my support system around me. My husband has been my biggest supporter, and he has believed in me more than I believed in myself. So having that support system, having good people around me, was very, very important for me in my downtime when I was not feeling that great about myself and about my career. So my faith and my family.
And you look certainly beautiful performing as a mama. What did your husband say about all of this? I mean, was he scared at seeing you perform out there, strutting your stuff? With the sensitivities of a pregnant woman.
Yeah, he has seen how bad I've wanted this, not just the opportunity, but, to be able to feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. And when I told him I wanted to move forward with this, he was asking me, are you sure? Like, I'm here for you if you don't want to do it. And I'm like, no, I want to do this. And every step of the way, he's been so supportive, and he still praises me to this day, like how I don't even know how she did it. Honestly, I don't even know how I did it. But he's just so supportive, and he's just the most amazing man. I'm so grateful for our marriage, and like I said, family and faith have been the most important foundations for me. So I'm just so grateful.
And speaking of family, you now have a name for your baby, Eliana May. Why that name?
Okay, so I wanted like a really meaningful name, and a name that I haven't really heard much before. And I came to Eliana because in Hebrew it means, I believe it means my God is answered. And, for a long time I've been praying to God about my career, and, I kind of felt like, is this the Lord? Is this what the Lord wants for me? And just going back and forth, crying and praying. And I feel like this year He's really made a statement to me, not only in my career, but also in my personal life, bringing me into like motherhood now. So I feel like it's just the perfect name for her. It's a beautiful name. So.
It is a
Yeah.
beautiful name. And you can also tell her when she comes out or grows up that she was your lucky charm. And she was with you in this journey the whole time. And who else would have that honor? But I wanted to go to your performances on AGT. Was it already in your mind the songs that you'd perform when you come back to the AGT stage, or was this something that you worked on with the production?
Yeah, so it was like a mix of both because, preparing for the live shows, I did, really meticulously pick like Ordinary. And I was thinking about like, okay, if I make it to the semifinals, what would be another good song? So I was thinking about Golden Hour. But I did have the help of my band to help me come up with these amazing arrangements for the songs because I didn't want to go up there, and not do the song justice. I wanted to make my own rendition, and I hope that, people received that well because I didn't have a lot of time to work with those songs, but a lot of I got a lot of great feedback, so I feel really happy about it.
And how is the process like working with the producers of America's Got Talent, and how different is this show compared to American Idol?
Oh yeah, I feel like it was so different because, well, one, American Idol is a singing show, and then America's Got Talent is so many different talents. And honestly, everybody on set, all the crew, the producers, they were all so amazing and so accommodating to me, always asking, "Are you okay? Do you want to sit down?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine, I'm fine." So they were super, super sweet, and super helpful in all kinds of ways. But yeah, being up against different talents was like a whole nother beast because, when you're singing against somebody, it's just like the different techniques. But this time it's like people are flying in the air, doing dangerous things and, bringing comedy and magic. And so it was a lot of fun. I got to meet a lot of amazing people and amazing talents. And yeah, it was just a really special experience.
What was your strategy to stand out amongst the four other competitors? There was a freestyle comedian, rapping comedian, another singer, a school choir, and an electroluminescent performer. When coming into the competition, how did you find your edge? Is AGT about the total performance? Or, comparing it to American Idol, where singing prowess is the one that's being judged?
Yeah, I feel like it was definitely different because you have different acts, and it was a little bit harder because instead of looking at a different singer, you're like, oh, okay, like they're doing all these techniques. You're looking at a completely different act, and you honestly can't compare yourself to another act. Like those people were amazing doing what they did, and even the other singers were phenomenal, and everybody was special and talented in their own way. So it was definitely different, and it was definitely harder, I would say. I guess the only thing that I did was just trust that, the Lord had me there for a reason, and I did the best that I could, especially with the circumstances of being so pregnant. And I just gave it all I got, and it was special for me because I had my daughter there on stage with me.
So in a way, this competition is less pressure, gives you less pressure. Because you don't have to you can't measure yourself up with the next person or the next performer in line.
Yeah, I think it's just mindset. I think it's perspective because some people will say it's harder because how can I go up against somebody that's literally doing crazy stuff in the air and
Yeah.
And also it was harder for me because I'm doing this, challenging myself, kind of reteaching myself how to sing, being so pregnant. So like I said, it was probably one of the most challenging things I've ever had to do. But, I trusted the Lord in the beginning of it, trusting his plan for me. And I just was like, you know what, I'm just going to go out there, do the best that I can. And, I'm glad that everybody at home saw that fight in me to stand out.
Did the being pregnant affect your voice? What were the greatest physical and mental challenges pregnancy brought you?
Definitely. I mean, even now when I'm talking, I feel like I'm losing breath. I feel like my lung capacity is not the same. And also I read that like your hormones can affect your vocal folds and your vocal cords. And I definitely can feel like the raspiness a little bit more. And yeah, mainly it's the breathing part because I need a lot of breath to kind of like dig deep and get those notes out, and not being able to because she's pushed up against my diaphragm has been the most challenging thing. And it was really discouraging in the middle of the live shows for me because my voice was not cooperating. But like I said, I prayed and I cried a little bit and I just trusted the Lord, and I was like, what, I'm going to go up there, I'm going to do the best that I can, and it's in your hands.
You sang Beautiful Things for your audition. Why that song? And how did you feel after that golden buzzer from Sofia Vergara?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I wanted to do a song that nobody really expected me to do. I feel like everybody's heard me sing the big diva songs, right? Like the Whitney Houston and the Mariah Carey, Celine Dion stuff. I feel like I wanted to change it up and show people my creativeness and show them that I could make these songs that are amazing, like pop radio songs, vocally challenging, a little bit more vocally challenging and with a female twist. So that's why I picked that song. And it is a beautiful song lyrically, too. Once Sophia hit that golden buzzer, I mean, I was just in shock. My husband was like, "You're going to get the golden buzzer." And I was like, "I don't know. We'll see." Especially after announcing that I was pregnant, I was like, "I don't know if they're going to want a pregnant lady on this stage later down the road." But I was just like, I'm going to be completely myself. I'm going to be honest and just authentic. I did my best, and Sophia hit that golden buzzer, and I was just like so grateful. Throughout the season, she would come up on stage and rub my belly, and she was just the sweetest. So I always love to say thank you, Sophia, because she was a huge part of why I was able to go through this experience.
Is she your favorite judge?
Oh my God, they're all so amazing. But she hit that golden buzzer for me, and she is my girl. Yes, she is my favorite judge.
You sang Die with a Smile for the finale. And what did that song mean to you?
Oh, yeah. So for Die with a Smile, right after semifinals, I mean, every single live show, I was not sure if I was going to be moving forward. So when I got to the finals, I had to kind of pick a song quickly. This song was something I've always wanted to do. It's such a beautiful song, written and sang by beautiful people. So I'm like, okay, how do I make this already great song, my own? And so that was a little, I was a little panicking a little bit because I wanted to do the song justice. But I think even beyond lyrically, the way that I did my rendition vocally, I poured out, my soft notes and my gritty notes to kind of give everybody the combination of what I presented throughout the show, just to leave it all on the stage and left it up to America to kind of vote and see if I did the best that I could. So that's kind of why I chose the song. There was elements of, my voice kind of moving the way it did throughout the season in one song.
It shows your versatility and flexibility.
Yes.
And also, of course, your musical prowess. And then that moment when Terry Crews said, "Jessica, you are the new AGT champion." How did that moment feel? And what was the first thing on your mind? What did that mean to you as an artist, as a young girl, as somebody who went through that journey that you just shared with us? How did that moment feel?
I think because I was so broken for such a long time, and I really was questioning God and questioning my life of like, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Like all of those broken moments and all those prayers that I prayed and those tears that I've cried, like really meant something when he called out my name, because this is something I had been fighting for so long, and I felt like it wasn't for me for such a long time. And once he said my name, I was like, wow, like God really proved something to me, that even through the hardest times, and like, even though I am going through this challenge of being 9 months pregnant, God can do an amazing thing. And all of those years of fighting and pushing to fight for this dream was well worth it. So it meant the world to me. And like I said, I just kept crying. I think Terry asked me at one point, "What do you want to say?" And I'm like, "Thank you, America." Like I was just a mess. I was really soaking up the moment. And then my husband comes up and he's all teary-eyed, which he's never like that. So it was amazing. It was such a moment for me, and it didn't really feel real.
What's next after this? When are you coming home to the Philippines?
So, next big thing for me is becoming a mama, which I'm so excited about. But as far as music,
Gotta do labor first.
Yes. But after, I'm writing music. I'm going to be releasing an album and, some original music and songs. And of course, I know that I have so much love and support from the Philippines. So I am going to be out there ASAP. I don't know how long my recovery is going to take, but I am going to be there as soon as I can. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to, all my Filipino followers. You guys have been such a huge part of my career and my journey, and I can't thank you guys enough for sticking with me, sticking by my side through it all. So thank you, and I hope to see you very, very soon.
Well, if ever, where would you want to go here in the Philippines? Of course, I assume Bataan would be there as your hometown, right? Where
Yes, yeah.
else?
Yeah, I think I would really love to travel around the Philippines. I know there's so many beautiful parts of the Philippines that I haven't even heard of or, seen. So I feel like just doing a whole tour around the islands would be amazing. I know that my supporters are everywhere around there, so just to meet them in person anywhere that they are would be amazing. And doing small shows, big shows, whatever it is, even just saying hi to the people would be awesome. So I'm hoping that I have some time, like a big gap of time to like spend just time out there to be with the Filipino people.
Oh, we're definitely very, very proud of you out here. Jessica, you are a woman, you are a person of color, and we do know it is a challenging time for people like you in America. Your performance, you winning this sends a strong message. What do you sing for? What is your message for everybody out there looking at you, inspired by your story? And all the Filipino girls out here, and the singers. Your
Yeah.
message for them.
Yeah, first off, I decided to pursue this really with a great motivator after I found out that I was pregnant because I wanted to send a message to my daughter as well to never stop believing in herself. And no matter how hard it gets, no matter how long it takes, your dream is still worth fighting for. So I encourage, every young woman, every young adult, every adult, no matter how old you are, if you have a dream that you believe is still worth fighting for, I believe you should pick yourself up and push through it. It was not easy for me. It was not a super easy road to walk through. It was really, really hard, and I had lots of moment of brokenness and lots of prayer along the way. But it was so well worth it just in that one moment. I feel so much purpose now, and I feel accomplished and in just that one moment. So I hope to inspire those that, have a dream that they're still fighting for. I encourage you to do that because look at my story. This has been 20
Wow.
years in the
Yes.
making. So, keep fighting for it.
Amazing story, amazing message. Thank you so much, Jessica, for coming
Thank you.
on with us to share your journey. This is a story of resilience, of faith, of courage, of bouncing back, finding yourself, and proving that you belong on the world stage. And we're definitely so very proud of you. Filipino through and through. We have Jessica Sanchez, America's Got Talent, Season 20 champion. Congratulations again. And we look forward to having you here in the Philippines. But for now, we'll let you get absorbed in motherhood. Thank you very much again for joining us. There you
you
have
so
it,
much.
folks. Remember to catch more exciting newest TV shows only on Hits Now. That's channel 122 on Signal and also streaming on Signal Play. Catch more of Jessica Sanchez on our channels and we'll watch out for her next chapter. Thank you again for being with us here on the show.